Alright, there's Sandy and students in the future who have been taught to play A minor pentatonic without really talking about technique, and including using your pinky here. Obviously our hand's shaped like that, and we totally make this shape, but those are for different kinds of phrasings than the types of blues phrasings that we're playing when we're actually on this structure. We might start out in something like classical thumb position when we're ascending the scale. We want to make sure there's no seesaw to it and no thumb getting dragged back in this direction, But then as I get to the higher strings, it's imperative that I get my thumb over the top so we can get the kind of leverage that we need for bends. So there we go. Bass string's pretty evident what to do. Let's start on the third string, the G string. Middle finger and ring finger are attached to each other, such that when I bend, I'm pushing up with the force of both of them. And so that's easy. When we spread out to the second string, that all goes with the rest of the hand. And then we end up able to actually do strong finger work. While we're at it, it also enables us to advance up into the actually useful part of pentatonic too, being on our strong fingers. It takes a while to find somebody actually doing this, because we could just go with a better fingering and then end up, because our goal isn't really economy of motion when we're doing this exact type of playing, like it would be if we were shredding or playing jazz. It's precisely being on strong fingers and playing lyrical phrasings that include a lot of bends and hammer-ons and slides and so forth. So this is very much more the conversational language course part of guitar playing, less so the classical language course of 4 fingers, 4 frets. So yeah, just be sure you're not doing that, and just really dig into those. It's all good that feels unfamiliar. We also talked about doing it in E minor down here, where there's all this room for open string involvement, and how if you wanted to map it on the high strings, you'd probably want to do everything, not just one string, as that's pretty much only going to come up in your conscious mind when you're thinking about connecting the boxes, and there's only so many phrases that go exactly on one string, so it's fun to explore that, but you can get the same thing just doing the 2 high strings. So maybe do that and try to throw some bends in, but most importantly, the initial stuff I just covered, where, middle finger and ring finger, across the board, we could say they move together. There's really no advantage ever to being like this when we're playing lead, as you might want to go to your middle finger even when you're on the bass strings. Alright, sorry about the take 1, take 2. I never used that setting. I think the ghost of Apartment Future or something came and got us, but here's the real deal.